Right, it's Wednesday today. My plan is to get all the way to Paris. The weather looks fine. It's just cold, that's all. The sun is just coming up now at about 6:45 in the morning here in Turin. Got about 800 and something kilometers to cover, which is fine. I'm leaving early. That'll be great. The only thing is, it's 5 degrees out, and the weather forecast says that it feels like 3. I can see my bike is still there, which is good. It's so remote, this hotel that I chose. It's got parking and everything here. I didn't even bother taking the panniers off the bike. I left everything on there. I just took my tank bag in. I just realized that my deodorant is in the panniers, so that's a bit of a pain. Be without deodorant today. Yeah, so it's going to be a cold one to begin with, but it does warm up. I think it's going to be 14 degrees or something like that, and pretty much cloudless, so it will feel fairly comfortable, but definitely a colder ride today. It'll take me a while to acclimatize. So anyway, gonna hit the road. See you in a bit. So today is the final major push. I am heading for France, more specifically Paris. I'm all strapped down, I'm all plugged in, I'm ready to go. 791 kilometers, here I come. Yes, and although you can see this is cold and misty at the moment, I feel about as toasty as you can get, but yeah, when you're doing 80 mile an hour on the motorway, you start feeling things a little bit different. We are good to go. What time is it? It's 18 minutes past 7. The hotel served breakfast, but if I'm completely honest with you, I'm not a massive breakfast person. I find that it just makes me a little bit sluggish in the morning. So I'll get to Paris today, and then from Paris to the UK. That's my day trip. So I must admit, this experience of riding down to Turkey and riding back again has completely changed my sense of distance, how far things are away from each other. Number one, Europe is small. Like, I have friends from Australia, and they're like, when they come to live in the UK, they're like, wow, it's so easy to get to Europe and visit all these countries. Because when you're in Australia, it's a plane ride, you know, everywhere. Massive plane ride, wherever you're going. But for us, it's dead simple, dead straightforward. And I've noticed that this trip has really kind of opened my eyes to how easy it is to get around Europe, even though we're not in the European Union anymore. How easy it is to get around Europe, how relatively cheap it is to get around Europe as well. Like, I've stayed in hotels the last few nights, and of course that's increased the amount of money that I've spent compared to the way down. But we're still looking at traveling from the south of Turkey, staying in hotels for 5 nights or whatever, all for around about somewhere between like 650 or 700 quid. Now, alright, when I rode down, I did the whole thing for about £500 all the way to Turkey from the UK, because I rough slept, you know, or wild camped and stayed in campsites, so it was a lot cheaper. But it's just easy to get around. We're really blessed in Europe. Anyway, that's enough of that. I'm going to focus on a bit of riding for a few hours. I'll touch base just a bit. Not a lot of visibility today. Alrighty. I don't actually know what I've got to do here. I don't understand. rising over the Alps. All my life, I've literally just forgotten that my hands are freezing. I have to say, this is the coldest my fingers have been for a while, but I actually feel so blessed right now. I feel like this is such a privilege to be able to do this and to be able to see this. This is absolutely breathtaking. I find this kind of thing quite emotional actually. Look at all of this. Just look, it's just amazing. Yeah, I guess if it was minus 15 I might be emotional but in a different way, but it's not. It's about plus 4 degrees at the moment. My fingers are cold, but yeah, this warms my heart. What a fantastic thing to be able to see and enjoy. Put my hand on the engine, give it a bit of a warm up. Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. Some kind of castle up there. That looks very cool. Right, just have to stop briefly to heat up my hand because it's so cold. I can't actually feel any of my fingers at all. I'm just going to rest it on the engine block for a little bit. Service station in about 10 kilometers. I might get a quick coffee there as well. Dreaming about heated grips now. How great that would have been. Love a hot engine. Right, I'm currently riding through like the bottom of the Alps. Really, it's all, everything is covered in snow. It's flipping freezing, really cold. But I'm thankful for every tunnel that comes along because they're about 5 degrees warmer inside the tunnels. Well, yeah, grabbing a quick coffee, heating myself up because I got another 700 or so kilometers to go. Okay, here we are. We're in France. Oh, here we go. And it's bloody cold. Oh. Oh! Hang on. It's bloody expensive, isn't it? Everywhere. To go anywhere, I've got to pay to get into France. I'm in France now. Am I? Am I in France? I've got to be. I just paid to get into France. Why? Fair enough. I'm not going to complain. Wow, that's 34 euros to get into France. So this tunnel is called the Frejus Tunnel, which connects Italy and France. And it's about 12 kilometers long and is under the Col de Frejus Pass in the Cottian Alps. I didn't know this at the time. And it is actually the tunnel that links Italy and France, and it was the most amazing tunnel because you're about 1,300 meters above sea level at this point, so it's pretty cold up there. And as you're going through the tunnel, and you're dropping a couple of hundred meters down into, by the time you come out the other end, about 13 kilometers through to the other end, it gets so warm in the middle. And it was literally, the temperature probably went up to about 15 degrees or something in the middle of the tunnel, so it was nice to kind of warm up for that little trip through there. Took me about 10 minutes to get through, something like that, and by the time I got out the other end I was all kind of thawed out and I just wanted the tunnel to carry on forever, but it didn't. I got out the other end and it was freezing there as well. One thing I've noticed, I am the only motorcyclist I have seen since I left Turin. So, and the other motorcycle wasn't really a motorcycle, it was a three-wheeler, you know, one of those mopeds with two wheels on the front. Obviously just somebody local was going to work or whatever. Ooh, it's rather lovely. There's not many tourers out at the moment. Not surprisingly, because it's flipping freezing. Yeah, I think I've just crossed into France, haven't I? Oh man, look at this! But hey, France, good to be here. Staying on this road for 69 kilometers. Okay, still got 704 kilometers to go, so. Well, it's a brutally cold one today. Some amazing scenery though. I'll flip the camera around so you can have a look. I got a lot of miles to cover today, and it's by far the most challenging riding conditions, because where I am at the moment, it's about -1. Yeah, it's quite brutal right now. Just stopped for a coffee, a refill, and hopefully things will start warming up a bit, but my hands are being cold. I wish I had heated grips. Should have bought heated grips. It's warming up a little bit. I can feel that. Maybe a degree or two. What I do, just grab a ticket. So, grab a ticket and go. Okay, it's one of those things. Go in there again. If it was 5 degrees warmer, then this would be some of the most epic riding. Well, actually, I feel comfortable now. My fingers aren't freezing. My body feels warm. But this is, without question, some of the most epic scenery I have ever seen. Well, I'm making good progress today. Stopped to get a coffee and a sandwich. But I'm definitely over halfway. Let's have a look. Yeah, so I'm 416 kilometers away from Paris. Hot coffee. Actually, the temperature's not too bad out there now, although it was really cold coming through Italy, just at the kind of the base of the Alps there. But should be in Paris by about 5 o'clock. So before it's getting dark, that's my plan anyway. So I'm keeping my pit stops pretty short and just kind of flying through. So it's going well though. So enjoying the riding, even though it's just flying down motorways at the moment. But yeah, it's going really good. Okay, that was another pit stop done. I'm trying to keep them as short as possible because there's quite a few pit stops on the way here, and if I do 20 minutes at every one of them, then that's a lot of added time, isn't it? And I don't want to be getting there too late. So at the moment I've got 416 kilometers left. We will be arriving there, if I didn't have any more pit stops, be arriving there at around about 10 to 5, so it's before it's dark, so that's a good thing. But I will have another, say I'm getting 150 kilometers out of tank between each fill, so that's another 4 fills. It's 3 fills, sorry. So it's another, say 10 minutes for each pitch stop. That's another 30 minutes on top of that. So we're looking at kind of 5:30 arrival, I think. Yeah, that's not too bad. We should be able to get there before the sun sets, definitely. Before it's done cold again. So yeah, iron butt, more of the same. Here we go. But I've got to say, I am loving it. I think this is going to be super expensive, this one, because I've been on this motorway for a long time now. A long time. Well, I reckon I've probably spent probably 150 euros on these motorways in Italy and France. I am 62 kilometers away from Paris. 49 minutes left. It's been an absolute epic day of riding. And I've loved it. I've absolutely loved it, actually. A bit chilly, but it's been fine. So I'm guessing we're kind of hitting the outskirts of Paris really soon. Judging by the traffic, it definitely looks that way. And I may have just dodged the weather. A bit of crazy traffic through Paris, but that's all good. It's all good. I don't know if filtering's allowed, but I just followed those two motorcycles over there that seem to be filtering like crazy. I know that in some places in Europe filtering is not legal. You get a bit done for that, but I just followed them, seemed to go just fine. Happy days. Because I'm 25 minutes away. It's very easy to be in the wrong lane. That's what I've noticed anyway, because I've taken the wrong turn twice. A few spots of rain are starting to fall, so it looks like I've timed this just right. Although it could hammer it down now, get soaked in the last 20 minutes of the ride. Completely possible, but I'm hoping not. So yeah, I think it's going to absolutely fall down with rain in not such a long time, and that ain't going to be no fun at all. Better get in here, otherwise I'm going to get squeezed off the road. Follow this old BMW rider here. What do I do here? Just got to follow her around to the left, okay. There is some crazy traffic. Now they do go crazy on their bikes, don't they? I'm going up there as well then. Everyone seems to be doing it. Everyone's doing it these days. No messing. Literally, talk about squeezing in anywhere they can. These guys are literally dodging wing mirrors. Pretty impressive. I mean, that's what happens when you just kind of go out in the city on a motorbike. The rain's coming. The rain is coming. Right here. I'm not like an English rider. Definitely ride in a way that people in the UK would literally go mental if you did in the traffic. They're beeping at you, swearing at you and everything. You can kind of do exactly what you want when you're riding in Paris. Any gap that you can fit your bike into, just fit your bike in there, it doesn't matter. No one is going to do anything about it, no one gets upset about it, nothing. It's all just happy days. It says I'm 350 meters away, which is going to take me 2 minutes. I don't believe that. I'm supposed to be able to park in some kind of basement car park. So I've got to go. Alright, so I've arrived in Paris. And I'm just having the door open for me by Mylin. I've come to visit some friends, Mylin and Arvid. Known them for many years now. There's Mylin. Hej Mylin, går det bra? Käckt att se dig. Rätt med den cykeln där? Ja. Hej topp, hej topp. Det var en lång tur.
Ja, det kan jag tänka mig.
Det var... Vad var det i Italien? Turin i Italien?
Ja, när körde du?
Ah. 10:30. Nej. Jo, 10:30 it was. I feel like such a tourist right now. But it's okay being a tourist. I've never been here before, never been in Paris before. And it's just down the road from Bristol, really. So, but yeah, what an amazing place. It's incredible. I'll have to bring Lillian back here and spend the weekend just looking around, because it's just down the road. Gosh. So anyway, jump back in the car, and I'll see you again tomorrow when the Thundy rides underneath the Eiffel Tower.